TNT as we continue to celebrate MLK Day, and it is time for a little Access 360 big game, brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa.
Good times.
Good times indeed. The new look Warriors, but they're still led by Steph Curry.
Yeah. New look all you want to. That's Steph Curry's team, and he lets you know the way he plays the game. He's injury-free. Looks like he's picked up a little muscle up top. He's stronger. And he's demonstrating he can do it all on the floor. So deadly from outside. Right now, as soon as he crosses half court, you're in trouble. Now, what looks like a pick is just a setup for him to go the opposite way. He fakes lefts, come back to the right. He does not need any airspace, lures you into that potential four-point play. Now, he hits the three. Now you think you're going to stop the three. This is why he does all those drills before the game, kids, so he can get through here, get downhill. You can't guard this guy. Now, right here, he's seeking the ball. I don't care who's guarding me. Paul George, come on and get some of this. Okay, right now, he's surveying the defense. He knows he has all this space right here. Think he's going to drive. Again, here comes the ball handling drills. Behind the back, step back. He makes anybody look like a fool if he's on an island by himself. Love to watch him. I remember Marcus Haynes. You guys probably too young for Marcus Haynes. He was before Curly Neal. Oh, wow. Curly Neal with the Harlem Globetrotters. Sure. Steph Curry, all those drills that he does, they really are for a purpose because they get him just away from the defender just enough to get his shot off or draw the foul. He can shoot from the three. He can go downhill. He can finish at the hole. And he's just an amazing player.
Great breakdown. And, James, it's amazing. He has rings. He's got MVPs, going to the Hall of Fame. He's already considered, one of the great shooters of all time. Still works on his craft.
Yeah, that's what the great ones do.
Meticulously.
Because he knows at some point they're going to get back to where they were. So he'll be ready.
Yeah.
They never stop working on their craft, regardless of the record or, who's on the team or who's injured or what. He's healthy, and he's going to demonstrate that he's still, I'm not going to take LeBron, but he's still one of the kings.
Yeah. Well, listen, Brez, everybody basically buried them. They started out the year losing by 30, back-to-back games. There's no Clay. Draymond's not playing. Steph's by himself. Everyone's saying he can't carry a team. And then he has reminded everybody, I'm still an all-star. Still Steph Curry.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
good for the league.
Yeah, those first two games. I mean, Brooklyn took it to him. Milwaukee took it to him. And ever since then, they've kind of stabilized. Look, anything's better than last season when they were 15-50, a nightmare for the franchise. Obviously, a lot of injuries last year. Now, though, 6-6. So they've kind of righted the ship a little bit. Steph, very interesting to watch him this year. He got 62 against Portland. And then a couple days later, he hit up the Clippers for 38. I mean, he made 9 threes against them. So he still definitely has it. The problem for Golden State, their offense not really consistent. They are 24th among the NBA teams in ratings. Really, Andrew Wiggins, the only other guy besides Steph who is giving them consistent scoring, about 18 points a game. And their defense, you got James Wiseman, the talented rookie center. He's probably got a pretty good future. He's anchoring the middle. Some ups and downs for him, for sure, in his first season.
They love James Wiseman. They took him number 2 overall. And Allie, I think everyone's excited about that matchup, especially in the Bay Area. He gets to take on Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis likes to remind young guys, welcome to the NBA, right? He likes these matchups too, not just the young guys who circle the calendar.
That's what I was just going to say. Because of that, Christian Wood just doing it moments ago. We saw how that ended up. I am intrigued and excited to see how this one will as well. I mean, he's a 7-footer who can shoot the mid-range pull-up, but he also, I mean, if you see him out in transition from any games, if you've watched him this season, he dunks on everyone. Ooh. I mean, he's unstoppable in the open court, but I think where we're going to learn and see those welcome to the NBA moments is on the defensive end of the floor when he draws an assignment with AD. He's just so skilled when it comes to Anthony Davis that he really puts you in positions to need to learn. And again, he came out of college having played just 3 games. So there's a lot of ups and downs right now for him. Such a raw talent, but I think it'll be fun nonetheless.
And listen, Anthony Davis, he's still a young guy, but he's now been in this league. He's got a ring, multiple-time All-Star. Everyone's coming after him now. Big game. And you have to love that if you're Anthony Davis.
You do. You're top of the hill, king of the hill. And, you know, my prediction that Wiseman will be in foul trouble in the first quarter. If he tries to guard AD's going to go into that guard play that he does. He knows how to get his body into it. He knows a guy that reaches a desperate shot blocker. He'll know how to get him in foul trouble. So I'll pay close attention to that. But you got to box the guy out. You know, Ali said he loves the dunks. He gets to that rim, Brez, he can deliver.
What a change this all must be for Anthony Davis. A couple seasons ago, he's chilling in New Orleans, a total under-the-radar type of franchise. Made the playoffs a couple times, but people were not gunning for him or his team. Now, every single night, he's got to go up against a young guy trying to take it to him, or a veteran team, starting with Milwaukee just a few days from now. They're kicking off that 7-game trip. Some really good veteran teams, Milwaukee, Boston, and Philly on the horizon. But big difference for him. Just from a couple years ago, he could just go down Bourbon Street, have fun. No one would really care. It's a Saints town. But not anymore. He's a Laker in Los Angeles.
All right, Lakers getting out on the road. Now for the latest on tonight's matchup against Steph Curry and the Dubs, let's go live to Staples Center. Check in with Lakers reporter Mike Trudell. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Geeter. Man, this team has been so good on the road, not just this year, but last year, of course. Before they get there, though, they got to try to protect their home turf here at Staples Center. Such a different experience without the fans. It is just hard to manage that same type of energy, but they're going to do their best. And before we get into all that with Frank Vogel, just wanted to get the coach's thoughts on the significance of playing on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
It's something that our group is going to take a great deal of pride in. Obviously, Dr. King was, the greatest activist in our nation's history in the fight against racism and civil rights. And, that fight is obviously still ongoing. It's been going on for 400 years. And obviously it's been brought to light more so in the last, 6 to 9 months or whatever it's been since George Floyd's death. A lot to our league and our players. And it's a great source of pride for us to be the marquee game on Martin Luther King Day.
Frank, you've had so little time to practice, even shoot-arounds and such. Did having a weekend, quote-unquote, off, I know you did some practice, did that allow you to focus on anything from the first part of the season?
Yeah, I mean, we really just we used a couple of days to get caught up on rest. We've had some off days, and yesterday's practice was really centered around, the details that go into trying to slow down a guy like Steph Curry. And, just get that game plan further along. Obviously, there's still a lot to implement throughout the course of the season. And, we'll continue to look for times to grow our offensive system and defensive schemes.
Frank, I know you can only play the games that are on the schedule, but how have you felt about your strength of schedule so far? And are you curious, even though you guys have been playing really well, are you curious to see how it could translate against some of these tougher teams coming up on the schedule?
I mean, all these games are just a test of your habits. Whether you're playing against a great team or a team that's playing really well or a team with a poor record, it doesn't matter. You're trying to play to a standard and win as many games as you can. We've been opportunistic with being able to play the Grizzlies without John Morant and the Spurs without LaMarcus Aldridge. In those early road trips. But again, we try not to focus on the strength of our opponent. They're still going to have 5 guys on the floor, and we got to execute at a high enough level to win. So, just focusing on us.
All right, there's Frank Vogel. So curious to see what he said about Steph Curry there. Are they going to treat him like they treated Harden and Dame in the playoffs last year and really aggressively trap? Or is it going to be kind of a hybrid of that since it's still early in the regular season? We'll see, and it'll tell the tale of the game tonight.
All right, appreciate that, Mike. Good work. We'll talk to you later. All right, the development of Kyle Kuzma is always a hot topic in Lakerland, and during the Lakers' current win streak, Kuz is playing the consistent brand of ball that the purple and gold need from him for this team. Take a look at the numbers in Friday's win over the Pelicans. 11 points in 22 minutes, but look at the 11 rebounds, 3 of 4. From three-point land. Efficiency. Following Sunday's practice, Kuz spoke about his added attention to rebounding this season.
Just real focus this season on, just doing what I got to do to, impact the game for this team. And, for me, just playing with energy and, just trying to create extra possessions for this team, and really just trying to win ball games. I think that's the most important thing. With me being playing more on the wing now, playing the 2, playing the 3, not too many guards or wings or anybody in this league really that boxes out. So just taking it personal and just trying to help the ball club out.
All right, he's averaging a double-double over his last 3 games, Kyle Kuzma. And I know for fans, a lot of times it's about his scoring and the consistency on the offensive end and the shooting, but he's added rebounding to his game. He's also been solid on defense, a lot of blocks coming over from the weak side. He seems comfortable in this role, James, and that's what the team needs.
And it's the beauty when a young player recognizes what it takes to create longevity. And that's what he's at the beginning of doing right now. He's 24, 25. So he's going to peak in a year or 2. Maybe LeBron may be gone. I don't know, whenever that happens. And at about 28, 29, he could be dangerous because now he's picking up all aspects of the game and he's understanding that. He won a championship, and I always say when you win a championship, you don't win a championship without learning how to. How to prepare, how to stay disciplined in the off season. Being around LeBron James, I'm sure he's saying, man, I'm glad I didn't get traded. Although Ingram and all those guys, they got their, they got their limelight and they got, money early. He's in a perfect place right now. I just love what he's doing. On the defensive end, he's amazing, and getting extra possessions and rebounds, it's what he needs to be doing. We know he can score.
Yeah, and Allie, for me, I just feel like every game I'm watching and I'm happy for Kuz because I feel like he's making great decisions. That's what's sticking out, whether it's the extra pass or the help on defense. And that to me shows maturity. But then I look at his numbers and I'm like, hey, he's efficient. 40% from 3 right now. I know it's early.
By the way, that is real. You do say that. You don't just tweet about it. You say it.
I say it. I'm like, oh, extra pass. Like he wouldn't have done that 2 years ago.
But I think what it is what we've been talking about a lot, really since the start of the bubble. His teammates have said it as well. The game is just slowing down for him. And as a former player, that when the game becomes so slow for you, you're able to focus in and dial in on various ways in which you can actually impact and help a team win. And I think for him, he realized that jump and that leap had to come on the defensive end of the floor, doing the hustle plays, winning the hustle plays in terms of rebounding, creating extra possessions and energy. And then players are going to want to reward you. They're going to want to give you the basketball. And his confidence is already there to then step up, knock down the shots. The efficiency has been something fun to watch.
And a lot of that comes from, remember, he was hurt starting last year, supposed to be the 3rd member of this big 3, and that's not how this team was built. He's watching friends and peers around the league play on bad teams but score 25 a game. Guys get paid. He had to go through some growth there, right?
No question. And that's hard for a young player to do when you know you have talent. Remember, he came in here like busting out of the gates.
Everyone loved him, right?
Bunch of young players around him, no veterans.
All rookie team.
Then all of a sudden, I have to learn how to play with real men, who've been there 8, 9, 10s and have won championships. That's hard to do. And go through injury. Everybody talking about 3rd wheel. Even he's going to be the 3rd guy. Once he overcame all of that and just decided, look, I just need to play the game, let the game come to me. I'm sure he's listened to Vogel and guys like that. But we talk about how much he's learned from like LeBron and AD, but also being around guys like Caruso, came up the ranks and made it. He's had some peers his own age to learn from too. So he's in a good environment, and right now, sky's the limit. Where he can go.
My first year in the league, I was with the Cavs as a sideline reporter, and Byron Scott was the coach. And one thing he always preached when it came to the success of a player is their ability to stay within their box, stay within who they are. And I feel like what I've learned with Kuz, especially over the last couple of years, is there was a false expectation that followed him when those things around him completely changed. And I think what he's been able to do is slow things down and understand his role, finding different ways in which, as we've preached, to really fit in and be a part of a winning culture and winning success. And when that clicked for him, we're starting to see it. He doesn't have to talk about it. He just is.
Got off Twitter for a minute, too. That always helps. All right, we're about 30 minutes from tip-off between the Lakers and Warriors. Steph Curry is 3rd in the NBA in scoring at better than 20.